Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Iron Panther Presents. It's another episode review of The Beauty. We talk about season 1, episode 4, and this show is insane, but it's definitely worth watching. I hope you're enjoying it as much as we are. And let's talk about these characters. What's going to happen? Is there going to be a stable version for Jeremy, or is he going to explode at some point? All that kind of stuff. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. You can like on the video and comment on the video. Just enjoy our new intro. We'll get to the team in here and let's see what they want to talk about.
Wait, I got to do it now. Wait. This is gonna be funny. Wait. You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional.
Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible.
Well, hello, Nikki. How are you? Thank you for being part of our Saturday. And Ryan Murphy continues not to disappoint. And I'm looking forward to episode 5. But Kim, we got audio? No. No. Okay, work on that, and we will start with Jamani. Jamani, what is your thoughts on episode 4?
Yeah, I thought it was a very interesting episode. Like maybe the first 2/3 of it was like some sort of Contagion, Resident Evil type of episode, and then went into like Pretty Woman and some Pornhub type stuff. Like, you know, it was all over the place this episode, but it was a solid, good episode though.
Yeah. I agree. Definitely. The first part was not like the second. There's 2 shows going on right now. Like I was definitely 2 shows. Which one do you prefer? The Cooper led or Jeremy?
This episode probably the Cooper. And the Ashton Kutcher, storyline was pretty good this episode. It just seemed like they were just setting up Jeremy and the assassin for like future episodes in this one. But yeah, that whole Jeremy thing, that like it when they first showed Rome and them shopping, I was like, I've seen this before. This reminds me of Duda taking was it, I can't remember the guy's name, Jacob Lattimore's character shopping in the Shy, Pretty Woman style. And I was like, a man taking another man shopping? That reminds me of what 50 said about Diddy. And then the very next scene is, the whole cock holding scene. So I was like, this is
let's say live performance. I mean, it depends on what the assassin was trying to achieve with said scene. I mean, he did pay for a live show, and he got what he paid for, apparently. And mentorship, really. I mean, through said process.
I'm like, and it's even weirder when you think about the assassin is 67 years old and is just sitting back like.
Sometimes he's like back in the 70s. It got real wild. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that actually would have been a better reference. Kim, are we good?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Can you hear me now? I love that commercial. All right. So we will move to Kim real quick and see what she got going on. Kim, what did you think of the episode?
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I kind of thought it was a filler though, because it had some weird stuff going on in it, but I felt like it was a filler. But I thought it was a really good episode. I especially like when the creepy doctor, he was like doing that surgery or whatever.
Yeah.
But then when he didn't want to open the door for Cooper and he was just being weird, I was like, this is like Frankenstein or something. Like, it was just really weird. But I did like it. I liked everything, and I liked that they showed Cooper. And I think her name's Jordan.
Yes.
Yeah, they showed her, and just with like kind of showing the last time I guess they were actually together. And then now she's completely different, which is so weird to me. So yeah, but I liked it.
All right. Let's do Chris. Chris, what did you think?
Okay, let me start off by apologizing on two fronts because I'm sorry. Now I have two kids. I mean, you know, and I have a month old one. I didn't even know that Beauty was even a show up until a week ago. And then not only that, I thought when I saw those 4 episodes, I thought it was only just 4 episodes, and then that was it. So I'm watching. So I literally binged it this morning, and I didn't even know that you guys were just doing episode 4. So I'm binging all 4. And at the end, it had a cliffhanger where she's at the door. I'm like, wait, when did they? And I'm like, wait, I don't understand. And I looked online. I was like, oh,
series.
Next episode is 4. I'm like, yo, and I don't know. I don't know where my mind was at. I didn't see it advertised for Beauty until like this week. So I'm literally thinking that it was 4 episodes because I see 4 episodes. So I'm thinking like, that's
Chris,
it. I thought that was
Chris,
it.
we're just getting started. Getting started.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't know. I know. I got a lot going on. I apologize. So now I'm trying to think of just episode 4, because I watched them back to back. So now I'm just trying to think of everything that happened in 4. God. But you know,
you want me to come back? Do you want me to come back?
No, I'm good. No, I watched 4. No, I'm just saying, bear with me if I accidentally bring up like something from episode 3. You know,
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. But okay. No, overall, as far as an episode goes, it was. I thought it was good-esque. I don't know. I was a little bit confused at first why the assassin dude decided to get Jeremy, but then it hit me. I'm like, that's right. In the first episode, he basically said, "Hey, I need help," essentially, right? You know, because that thing is spreading. That thing is, spreading like wildfire, essentially. So, I also I was waiting for old girl to kind of show back up to Jordan, even Peter's character. So I thought that was cool. Even though again, while I'm watching it, I'm thinking that was like a cliffhanger for the next season, because that's just what I thought it was. Sorry, you know what I mean? But overall, it was. I guess it was okay. I mean, I think the first couple episodes were much stronger. Which you guys probably already covered. But yeah, it was. I thought overall it was cool. Ashton Kutcher is, great to kind of see him on screen again. So I think it's always cool to have him to come back. So yeah.
All right, we will. So we're gonna go through the comments, and then we'll talk about part 1, Peter's story, Cooper's story, and then we will get into part 2, Jeremy's story. So hey, this show is bananas. I'm here for the next episode. Can y'all explain why Jeremy didn't go insane after he turned, but others did? So in the series, the doctor, as he's talking to Ashton Kutcher, is saying that the virus is mutating. So they're trying to throw it out there that not everybody's experience is going to be the same. And they don't know how the people are going to react to it, because Manny, if you look at the first part, Manny starts sweating, right? So we're used to that, and then we're used to them turning, like cocooning, like immediately, right? But then he doesn't. Like, he gets super strength all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? He's like ripping off his skin as he's trying to take off the restraints, and then he's already violent, right? Like, he's going through that phase, and then he doesn't turn until he gets through the cadavers and stuff, and then that happens like in an instant. Like he's magically the new person. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is supposed to take hours or something, and he just pops up as a whole new dude, and now he's super strong. And I'm like, what? Like, why hasn't he? And I'm like, Jeremy, I'm saying the same thing about Jeremy. Why hasn't he exploded yet, or is super violent? Like,
it was 2 years. They said 2 years. See, this is, I guess, is the positive thing about binging it. The first episode, they essentially said, as far as that supermodel that's behind me, they said that basically she left the grid. Like, they said something about like she left her family 2 years ago, and then she turned into this, right? So essentially, what they tried to basically was saying was, it took like about 2 years for her to kind of combust, essentially. You know what I mean? So,
all right,
Yeah, and not to mention when you saw old girl who exploded and got into that dude's eye or whatever, right? Like there was a conversation basically saying like, hey, if you want the executive job or whatnot, there was something else they said that kind of made it seem like she's been there for a while, you know, like
She
a little
came,
more.
she came
You
like
see what I'm saying?
18 months ago. Like she
Right,
was
right,
new,
18 months
from
ago,
out of
yeah.
town. So
Yeah.
she got the drug 2 years ago, and now she's here. But we don't know if she got the original version or is she an STD transfer. Like we you know what I'm saying? Because like there is a difference, you know. So and that's what I'm saying.
Well, when did she be okay? So I would imagine she would be an STD transfer because Ashton Kutcher's character basically said, "Hey, I just give these to my friends and whatnot." So this girl is like working at this corporate thing. Let's be real. She's not, in the words of Mean Girls, like you can't sit with us. Like that ain't she ain't sitting in the Ashton Kutcher's like, hey, we're
Yeah, in a
come
circle.
on,
In
buddy.
a circle.
You know what
I
I mean?
get you. I get you.
You know, yeah, it ain't like the Epstein table here. You know what I mean? She's not gonna be. You know what I mean? She's not flying on those jets. So I would say it's safe to say that she is an STD transfer. Now the girl who was screwing Jeremy, however, in the beginning, who transferred it to Jeremy.
Yeah.
You know, when the doctor said, "Hey, let me make a phone call." Now maybe she was because she was all veiled up or whatnot when we first got introduced to her. So now that'll be interesting. Like if that kind of comes out, you know, comes back where she's like, where Ashton Kutcher trying to search for that girl who transferred to all these people. You know what I mean? So
they killed her. That was the whole point. So then when
they killed her, they killed that same girl who gave it to Jeremy.
They went to her house. That was the one that y'all like. That
No.
was
That was the one that Jeremy screwed. Jeremy screwed afterwards.
So we still don't have the one that infected him, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Or am I mistaken, guys? I don't know. I mean, I thought the one who they killed, Jeremy killed, was the one that he screwed after he transformed.
Because she was already violent and stuff. Like again, like
that you saw like her organ stuff on the ground. Remember, you saw like her cocoon thing on the ground in the house.
So it's like that's starting to shape up into shape into a good series. No, it's good. But the women Jeremy slept with went wild when the hitman came with Jeremy. So it's like she also went violent. You know what I'm saying? So she should have had super strength in that kind of sense if they're consistent.
I got a theory. Okay, so my theory is the one who transferred it to Jeremy. She has the original, right? She has the original, like the stage 1 or whatever.
Stable version. Yeah.
She has the stable version, right? And because she think I hate to say it, but think of vampires. Think of vampires like being the original, and then you creating your children, right? And then they have the strength, right? But then it depends on which version you go with. But if that vampire bites bites someone else, their powers is not going to be as strong.
Yeah,
it's not strong. So
yeah.
So Jeremy is essentially like the assassin. Like Jeremy is now like the assassin, essentially, right?
All right, okay.
I would imagine.
All right.
And then that's why he wasn't violent, right?
Yeah, he's more stable. He's
more stable. And I think the old girl who was screwing Peter's character, she screwed that guy. Because think about it, that guy was like essentially searched her out. I think he's also part of the cool kids table. You know what I mean? I think he's part of Ashton Kutcher's crew, you know, because that dude like looked like he knew what was going to happen to her, just like old girl who screwed Jeremy. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So
all right.
they're I theorize that they're the ones that they're these test A subjects, and because they screw other people, those people won't go violent. But then once they screw the other people, then boom, you know, or transfer the blood, you know.
Yeah.
So Again, theory. I know. Sorry, guys. I just came on board of it today, so I might be way off. But
no, we got because so with the Cooper story and the Manny story, like to see Manny's transformation again over time, but different than what we've seen before. You know what I'm saying? Like with the different than Jeremy's immediate transformation, right? But he got it to your point, Chris. He got it through blood transfer from not an original. Let's say he got it from someone who was infected, so he got other infected. So his transformation process was different. But now Ashton is sending the hitman and Jeremy after them to kill them because she said we got to go to the CDC because there's been an infection. So they still have not found the woman that made Jeremy. Like, for some reason, that ain't part of the conversation, and they should be looking for her to stop her from giving it to somebody else, right? So that's what we're saying. There's still an original one out there. All right. So Kim, like the whole bodies, like that reminded me of Ed Gein. That whole thing of like going seeing like the different dead bodies and the cadavers and that kind of stuff. It felt like Ryan was leaning on the Ed Gein story.
Or they cloned Tyrone. I was thinking of they cloned Tyrone as well.
Yeah, that's a good one too. That's a good one too. I thought about that. So what Manny's transformation, like he turned into a whole different dude. Like muscles, all kinds of shit. Like
they're not good.
Right. much better than the original, I guess.
Yes.
So what did you think about that sequence of transformation, chasing?
Oh, when he was ripping his skin off, I was grossed out, very much so. Like I really, that's the part that I'm really enjoying. That it's really horror. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the skin peeling off, and then like him just the blood splatter, and it's horror, and I'm enjoying it. It's not Welcome to Derry kind of drama, but it's close. You know what I mean? I'm horror, but I'm enjoying it, and also the cinematography is out of this world. Like I'm loving it. Like all the views, like especially when they were at that fountain, that was a beautiful shot. That was a beautiful shot, and it was a romantic moment between those two, and I like that. Excuse me. Even though she's trying to act like she's not in love, he's in love. She's not. That's why she's in the predicament she's in now. Just throwing that behind, and this is what you get. But anywho, so I did enjoy his transformation, and the way it looked, because when his head was doing this, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is really good. Like it's really good camera work, I think. Yeah.
And acting, like the physical.
Oh yeah, for sure. That guy is. Yeah, he's like, the way he was moving his body, and then when they showed like the spine.
Yes.
I was trying to think of, is Werewolf in London, where they had the same kind of spine scene.
Yeah.
That's what I thought of. I was like, this is classic.
But like, old school though. Like the old school.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Classic.
Practical effects where it's like, remember his hand was stretched and stuff like that? I was scared shitless when I saw that as a kid. Like,
I was scared too.
But the investment into practical effects, or at least something that looks so real, like you're more invested into the scene when you see this person like doing all this. And I was like, this easily could have been like, again, a Resident Evil type of storyline where there's a virus and it's getting out, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, and that could be even like the Last of Us type of thing. Like if it spreads like wildly, and now you have people who are just violent, like again, like.
But I kind of think that that's what it is. Like what Chris was saying. It's mutating, it's changing, and it affects everybody different. I mean, like COVID, you could get COVID and be just fine. I could get COVID and die, right? And the next person can have COVID for like 4 weeks and then bounce back. Everything is cool, right? So it always mutates. These viruses mutate, and I think that that's what they're showing us, right? That this thing is like changing, and it's different for everybody. Some people get the same thing, some people don't. But I just like the way he's telling the story.
And again, like different story. Hold up. So why I asked, why did Cooper shed his PPE in the middle of the attack, knowing what could happen? Once Manny threw up on him, basically, and then he was just like Cooper should not have been allowed to leave. Like, I'm like, you just got thrown up on, and we don't even know what this stuff is, right? If you're that kind of cover, he should have been locked down immediately until he was tested from top to bottom. Because he ran through the whole place just damn near butt naked, like trying to chase down this dude. And then he's falling on you, and you're fighting a naked dude, like covered. I'm like, woo, there's a lot
with all that stuff on him, like that. I was like,
I would have been like, shoot this dude now, because somebody should be like, wait a minute, that ain't the same guy that came in here. Like they don't seem to be acknowledging that this is a totally different person, like looking person. None of this came up in conversation. They'll be like, who are you? Because when he saw the new Jordan, he was like, who the fuck? Who are you? And he's like, and it's her voice, but it's like, this ain't you.
Right.
So
Right.
more time should have been committed to the transformation of Manny and what that means. And maybe we're looking, and we saw the photos. Remember in the first episode, Chris, when he was looking at the photos of all the people, he's like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
like these models aren't the begin, right? Like, oh, this is what's
different.
happening. You know, so they're transforming into these people. Like, oh, okay, now so we can't put out an APB for A because they're gonna look like B, and we don't know what B is.
Just
Right.
just race and sex is the only thing that stays the same. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
and
but apparently your penis size apparently changes though, because
So let's get to, we don't know what he was working with before the procedure, but
Yeah, also too, remember, the more belly you have, the shorter it seems. So he actually doesn't have belly fat anymore, so he may be have a little bit more girth. I'm just saying.
No, but do you remember in episode 3? I believe it was, or was it 2? It's episode 3. He gave he told the assassin, he basically the story about how he went to the house and like got naked and the woman was disappointed. Like,
that's right. No, you're right.
Well, because it was smaller, right? But think about it, because he's so big. But that's what I'm saying. When you have more girth, more belly, right? It kind of gives it is smaller, right? And then when you lose weight, it seems to be.
But that prostitute basically said like, "Yo, he's too big.
He's swinging now."
I'm sorry, Kim. Fat don't make it that big. Fat
No, true. But it makes it average size, I would say, right? Average size.
Well, this goes to
not like Diddy with the 3 inches.
Well, this is the enlargement thing. He bought the pump and he said it hurt me. It didn't make me bigger. So they actually did make the point of talking about how average his size. He wasn't as big as he was. So this shows that results may vary when you take this drug. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but
right.
You saw Pretty Woman, and I can see that. I thought of Nutty Professor.
That's what I thought of. Right.
He was like, I don't know why you can see me, but when he was like popping his hips and they were doing that shit, I'm like, he must have watched Nutty Professor to be like, what was Buddy Love do? That it was, to me, it was just all Buddy Love, his performance in particular.
But I thought that didn't Jemani say that last week? I thought Jemani said something about Buddy Love last week, didn't you?
We were talking about the practical effects. Like it looked like the fat suit. But Jemani, what did you think of the Pretty Woman shopping spree? Would you let a man make you over for free?
No.
You hesitated, Jemani.
Very slow no.
You thought about it.
I'm like, this seems to be kind of an exception. Like they're trying to do like this whole Men in Black look of like, you know, I'm getting you your work uniform. So I'm like, I might let it slide into those pretenses. But if it's just like, hey, you're my homie, let me take you shopping. Hell no.
Well, it's funny. Well, both seem to be the case. But I like what got me when the assassin was like tighter. I was like, he's trying to see that dick print. I'm like, that's. I feel like that's where we were going with this. And then I felt some kind of way, and I was like, he's gonna want to touch it. Like this ain't for free, bro. Like there's nothing for free. So when the next scene comes, and like Jeremy's in bed with the woman, I'm like, where's the assassin? Because he needs to be involved.
He's sitting there. Yeah.
So I thought he was gonna be. I thought he was gonna be in there. I thought he was gonna just a hand. Just
No,
to be like,
I think what they're trying to he's trying to mentor this guy to show him, because he's never had like actual sex, right? And if it was not the best, right? Or it was him by himself, right? So so I think he's trying to teach him how to do it. But I don't understand why he's trying to teach him that. Like at the end of this, is he going to be? Is he going to pimp him out? Like, what are we doing here? Like, I thought he was trying to make him into an assassin like him. What is he trying to make him into?
He's not trying to.
Jemani first. He started talking first. Jemani first, and then Chris. What's up, Jemani?
He was trying to make sure that he doesn't, have any transfer during the sex. Like he's playing sexual supervisor or something like that. It's not that he's trying to help him get better at it or pimp him out or anything. It's just, I want to make sure that you don't end up spreading the stuff that we're trying to stop.
So you had to be in the room while we were having sex. Could you have just said, Don't do
No.
no oral. No.
Oh,
Not
No.
to a virgin. Not to a virgin. I'm sorry. I as weird as it looked, he had to be in the room because that dude could have easily just effed up. Right? He could have effed up and be like, "Yo, no, like don't kiss." He had to tell him like, "Yo, don't kiss her." You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's when you get hot and heavy, especially someone who's never did it before. You know, and never probably even kissed a girl before. He would easy. He's like a kid. He's like a young kid. You kind of have to you literally have to supervise him. You have to take the kid to the bathroom, you know, make sure he don't miss the toilet. And, you know, that's what he's dealing with. He's dealing with a toddler. You know what I mean? Like, think of like, I hate to reference vampires again, but it's like, you just turned a vampire. You got to check. Oh, no. Don't eat him. Not yet. No, we don't play with our food. Like,
right.
Yeah. He essentially, that's what he's doing. You know, he's like, look, if you want to be my protege, you know, and I also think he secretly he maybe wants to retire, right? Possibly, you know, or be like done with this. And
now we are Men in Black.
Pass it on. Yeah. He wants to be Tommy Lee Jones and just like pass it on to this new kid or possibly, I don't know. You know what I mean? And just want to make sure, like Jamani said, that this dude don't fuck up. You know what I mean? And be like, yo, yeah, you can have sex. Yo, you basically feel like you're 20 years old again. So your hormones going to be racing. You're going to have sex. I can't stop you from having sex, but I'm gonna watch and make sure you don't mess up, you know, and spread this. You know, that's how I looked at it. You know,
I feel it's an illusion. Can you clarify which part you're talking about? The penis size? He had to coach him through it.
There you go, Candy. Yeah.
I feel there's a little bit of that, but also he was enjoying the show. Like I think it's some just a little, because I mean him sitting there with the drink, there was some enjoyment. It was some enjoyment. It wasn't just teaching.
I think that's just FX. You know how FX be. They be doing that in Nip Tuck. You watch Nip Tuck. They did that with Christian's character.
That's Ryan Murphy.
That's Ryan weird. Yeah, Ryan Murphy. I think a weird dude.
That's what I'm saying. I feel again, both can be true. Both can be true. He's like, if he sees him like you're my mentee, you could be me one day. I can see that. Like he's 61 years old. You know what I'm saying? So he could be like, oh, you like me when I was your age, right? That could be a thing too. But he was also enjoying it a little bit. And I'm like, if we don't see his wife or something, I just feel like Jeremy, he may touch Jeremy just one time, just to be like, let me see what the newness look like. You know, just a little bit. But that's what. He could have had a woman and be like, let me show you. If I'm teaching, let me show you. Like when you do a girl like this, you make sure you slap her on the butt like this. You don't kiss her. So doggy style is preferable. So this way you don't, like, he will be showing him, but to be watching him, I'm like, Anyway, but Ashton Kutcher. So Ashton Kutcher, we get into this. So we learn a lot, right? So I think he's CEO. I think he's CEO of the company, of the drug company.
Oh yeah.
You remember the Hair Club for Men commercials, Kim? Right? Not only am I the CEO, I'm also a client.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Like that's what I feel. I feel Ryan is pulling from that type of person.
Yeah, for sure.
Make that clear. He's been on the drug for over 1,238 days, and there are boosters. There's a booster process. So to say how does he maintain, right? So there's a booster process we learned. And I thought it was also an indictment of the pharmaceutical industry, where it's like Chris Rock said it. It's like, you know, drug dealers make money on the comeback. Like you don't cure anybody. You just figure out for the way to live with what they got, right? Because he was like, they need boosters once a month. Fuck that, once a week, and I'm gonna charge them the same amount of money. Like, because once they get this, they're gonna want to have to keep this. And I'm like,
and then water it down. So basically, he's changing the formula.
Yes, which
a lot of pharmaceuticals, they do that. Unfortunately, they do that, and that's terrible for the elderly. Yeah.
Yes, I'm just, but we saw. This is my problem with Jeremy versus the assassin. So we saw the assassin getting his booster, right? So he can stay stable. I was like, where was Jeremy in this time? And like, I thought, okay, like, why did he ensure that he gets a booster or he gets the more stable version so he doesn't just fall apart in 2 years? Or does he know he has time before the heat starts to happen and he starts to overheat and that kind of thing? Like, I was wondering where Jeremy was.
Well, is the booster to stop them from overheating? Because does the overheating, does it happen to everyone?
See,
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know the ground rules here.
This is not to you. This is not explained. This is not
Yeah.
explained. Like what
Well,
is
not yet.
actually-
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like what does stable look like, and what's the difference? And like and does the heat have something to do with it? What's up, Jamon?
I'm like, if that seems like the explosion and the overheating, that seems like that's the bootleg version. The real version, it seems like you might end up looking like that lady on the table where your face is off, and where Cooper had that dream and he saw Jordan's face all messed up, whatever. That might be how you end up looking if you don't get your booster shots.
So maybe that woman was she got attacked by the ape or some shit, which was wild.
Yeah.
And
maybe she turns into Demi Moore at the end of Substance. You know what I mean? Like you turn this hideous creature and then you got like a booby come out your eye or something like. You know what I mean?
That was so graphic. I was like, it kind of reminded me of Silence of the Lambs. Well, part 2.
Red Dragon. Is it Red Dragon? Or
no. Part
Hannibal,
2
right?
was Hannibal or some shit like that. Where like he fed one of his old.
The pigs. The pigs.
The pigs, right? Because he made old boy cut his face off and shit or whatever, and feed it to the pigs. And I was like, oh man, this is real. Ray Liotta, he fed Ray Liotta his own brain. I was like, that's good acting right there. Jeremy is supposed to be dead as far as Ashton Kutcher's character is concerned. That is true, and that also should have been a conversation. So is the assassin hiding him from Ashton Kutcher? Like, is that what's going on? Like, and what's going to happen when he finds out that he exists and who he is? You know, is he going to have to choose, his apprentice over his boss or something? Like, is that what this conversation?
I think Ashton would be cool with Jeremy. I think Ashton just wants. It seems like Ashton's main focus is not to have two things. He wants to make sure that people don't like that his competition isn't out here trying to purposely get the stuff the serum out that he created. That's one, and to also make sure that the FBI doesn't get too close with everyone all of a sudden turn into freaking cocoons and butterflies and they exploding. Right. I feel like Ashton Kutcher will probably be cool with it only to make sure, like only knowing that the assassin will kind of have him as like on a leash and kind of say, hey, okay, like that's all right. You do, you make sure he's good. You know what I mean?
It's your responsibility.
Well, yeah, because he also said, because like he said before, like he said, look, I need more help. Like you want me to get all these people. I need more help. But the problem is, how many more people can you trust? What do you tell someone? How do you recruit someone to do that? Unless you get Uma Thurman, and Dexter or something, and they'd be like, it's like, hey, here's some money. I'm gonna make sure that your mama's health bills are taken care of. I just don't just help them out. You know what I mean? That's it. So I would imagine he'll be okay with it.
So we gotta see that conversation. And does Jeremy ever get to kill more, as a paid assassin? But I want to get back to the first part. So we when Ashley, that was his name. So Ashley was the sex partner of Harper, the woman who exploded at Vogue, and Ashley was all crying that he thought he found the love of his life, and they used all the holes and all this other shit. And I'm like, this is unnecessary. But I'm like, if in this situation, I mean, he was like oral, anal. I'm like, we don't need all these details, sir. But he was like infected. I'm like, but if you're infected and y'all been humping for a while, you should have changed by now. So like, he was like, so I'm like, why did he cocoon and what was his level of infection? Like maybe right. So I wonder what happened to him. Like they definitely showed Manny's situation, but I thought Ashley would have been more of a better test subject. Of what this this virus looks like in the wild. Are they going to dissect Manny, the new Manny? Is the CDC going to be like, we need to see what's going on with this dude, and he becomes chopped up a little bit, just to be like, okay, how much of you is in there? How did you turn in that? Are we gonna see him again in his new form? I
would imagine, wouldn't they like dissected all those people that exploded though? Like, I mean, I know their bodies are like 100 and something degrees, but like I would imagine like they got like grabbed blood from from that arm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
But like Manny's fresh though, he's still alive,
Yeah,
and what that's what I'm saying. Like he would be a better test subject, you know.
yeah,
What,
a better candidate, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. Now, I mean, that's a good point. You know, I mean, but I mean, I guess the question is, do they even know what they're dealing with right now? You know what I mean? Like, because if that's the case, if you're going to have Manny, you were able to bust through that doors, then why stop at Manny? Like, what about the other folks that are in that room?
Well,
You know
that's
what
why, and that's what I'm saying. Like, everyone he came in contact with as he was running across the thing, I'm like, all of them should have to be tested because if they don't know how it's spread and everything, like he went to so many like different ORs and that kind of thing, that the whole hospital should be locked down, you know, at this point. And they just kind of skipped over that, you know. Also, how did Jordan travel? She doesn't look like herself. So there's no way she used a passport and was like, trust me, this is me. So how the hell did she get back from France or Italy? Where the fuck she
Oh,
was?
she's a gorgeous woman. Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
So she was
Are
walking
you
up the plane
serious
just like
right
I'm gorgeous.
Huh?
I mean, I need a conversation. I need a
Do
conversation.
you
Like,
live in this America here right now? Like, what are you talking about? No, you can't. No, your beauty is not going to get you on a plane or off a plane. No,
I'm
no.
like,
It's TV magic. That's what it is.
okay, I'm like, because like there gonna be no explanation of how she got across the Atlantic.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I was like,
I
what?
mean, private jets. People got private jets, and you know,
I need a story. I need a.
They're going to put her on a private jet. Who's putting her on a private jet?
some rich dude that's probably like in his 60s or whatever. He probably flirted. He's kind of flaunted her British accent, and he went wild and like, ooh.
Okay.
And then, like, yeah,
I just that needs to be explained in episode 5. I need her to have a detailed conversation. How she got back.
Oh
there.
yeah. Does it mean they can't kiss now? They won't be
No.
able to kiss now. Unless
That's right. That's right.
That's probably why they showed us that scene in the beginning. And they were talking about kissing.
So it's funny. It's funny you bring that up because I was like, why the fuck are we doing this? Because I know Jamani and I were talking about this, like this love story really kind of get on. Like, what are we trying to accomplish with this? And the fact that it started off with that, I thought they were trying to get Cooper to relate to Ashley about how, you know, he fell in love with the girl and that didn't kind of work out. And then she was changed. He didn't know that, but then now his girl shows up at the end of the episode. I thought that was the point, but I'm like, why are we doing this fountain thing right now? Like, what does this have to do with anything? But then she's like, hey, baby. I'm like, okay, who are you? And he's like, oh, I know your voice. I'll be like, what happened? Remember that guy I had unprotected sex with? Yeah, this is the result. Can I come in? No. Like, you hold now. I gotta go now. I'm like, click. I'm like, no, baby. I'm sorry, you made bad decisions. Like this ain't the first time you took random penis. Is why I'm taking it. So you just got this. What I'm saying is protection, y'all. Protection. That's all they need is condoms. Like this thing could be shut down by at least 50%. If just people start using condoms, bro.
I mean, you know, so you know what this kind of also reminded me of with the whole spreading through sex. A movie I recommend to everyone. If you like if you think this was kind of creative, also look at the movie called It Follows. And it follows. It came out about like maybe 8 years ago. It's kind of seen as a horror, or whatever. I would say it's in the same genre of Weapons, whatnot. And it's this curse, right? Where essentially you have a few days before you die, right? And the only way to get rid of it, right? Because it's like a sex demon. I mean, there's not really a demon, but it's more of a ghost. And you start to have visions, and then it winds up killing you. The only way you can do it, the only way you can get rid of it is if you get rid of it by having sex with someone, you know. And that's how the movie starts, with this girl who's a virgin and her boyfriend just out of a sudden, who didn't want no part of her, said, hey, we gotta have sex like now. And he's like looking over his shoulder, and then all of a sudden she's starting to see things, and then it starts spreading, you know what I mean? And and that's what this show kind of reminds me of, you know what I mean? It was like a ghost STD. It was literally a ghost STD, you know, except you can get rid of the STD if you just have sex with somebody else, and now it's their problem, you know what I mean? And that's So it's a great. I know you're like, yo, this is ridiculous. The movie is awesome. Check it out. If you like this show that you're watching right now, watch It Follows. I think it was on Netflix. Watch it. It has like 4.5 out of 5 stars. Very creative. Wow. Horror film. You know, I would say. So yeah.
To bring it back to Resident Evil, it would be interesting if Ashton Kutcher sold this also to the military, because there's a lot of military applications to creating a violent, super strong person with a new identity is if you can keep them stable, right, and point them into an enemy direction and make sure they don't have sex with anyone, then like you could make an army. Like this there's a lot of, and I wonder if they're gonna get to that, you know, and be like, oh, there's other applications for this drug besides just the cosmetic industry. I mean, I wonder if they go through all that, if he can weaponize that, if you can choose your form. I want to have younger face. I want to be 5 inches taller. I need 3 more inches in my pants. Got it. I need size triple D breasts, natural. I need a BBL without going to Brazil. Can I get that? And it's like, yes. Would you like to look like so and so? Would you like to look like so and so? And they can perfect it. Like that would be, I think that would be the like a next level. If I don't know if their show's gonna go that far.
I think it's going to be revealed that the serum, there's like some other. I mean, not that is not already some side effects, whatever. But I feel like there's going to be. I think it's going to be revealed that the assassin, that there's another side effect of it, or certain side effects that some people are affected differently. I feel like the eye patch he's wearing, because I think a lot of people might be assuming. See, you know, I mean, you know, I just be thinking differently, and I could be completely wrong. But I know, you know, my wife was thinking like, oh, you know, probably he was stabbed or something. I'm like, no, that's too easy. Nah, that eye is still 65. That eye is 65, and he's covering it because he probably got glaucoma. He got glaucoma in that bitch.
Okay.
And then so it got like 98% of his body, and that's the 2% it didn't get. You know what I mean? And maybe the other percent is maybe his penis, was why he's able. That's why he has to just watch. You know what I mean? He's watching. You know, I know. I like that very last part, but still.
I like that, Chris. I like that, Chris, because I'm wondering about the eye patch too, but I'm also wondering. There's a reason why he was just watching. There's a reason. Again, I feel like you're gonna find out that there's something. It doesn't fix everything, or it causes other problems. To your point, I think that would be a good way to kind of round that story out. I don't know. Ken, what else?
Yeah.
Or the series. What would you like for the series to go? Like, are there any questions that you have on your mind that you like we need to get into?
Yeah, well, I mean, I want to see what happens with. I want to see Ashton Kutcher. I want to see what he actually looks like. I can't wait for that part because that's coming. Yeah, that's definitely coming. I can't wait to see that. And I want his wife to be standing there when he starts changing, just to laugh at him. I don't know. I want to see what happens when they start watering down the medicine. Well, the serum. I want to see what happens with that because that's going to be bad. I just see it. It's gonna be bad, and I think it's gonna affect the assassin first because he goes for his regular injections. So I think he's gonna start turning into a monster basically. And then I want to know why Jeremy, right? Or Jordan. Wait,
black dude? Some of the black dude?
Yeah, the black guy. Yeah. I want to know if the assassin takes him to go get his his updates or whatever, or if he doesn't take him, what happens? I want to see either or both. Yeah.
All right. If he cares enough to be like, hey, boss, I got somebody else I want to get on in the booster program because he has potential.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Right. Yep.
All right. Jamani, anything else before we wrap this thing up?
All right. So this might be a little too in the weeds or meta, but I'm like, all right.
The meta.
If you put this drug on the market, right? Do you now like the government, the FBI, everything that Cooper and Jordan are doing would mean nothing then because you'd be at a point where you're too big to fail because you take the drug off the market, people can't get their boosters, and people start turning into she-beasts and stuff like that, right? So the government would have to take over the company or like the company couldn't just go away. It would have to evolve into something else to keep people regulated, to say. Yeah. So it's like there is no, ending to this, or at least not a happy one, so to say.
So you are also correct, and I think what Ashton's trying to stop is that once they go public and they say this is the drug, this is beauty, this is how it works, you cocoon, like you transform. Well, they're gonna be like, wait a minute, I just saw that. Like, we just saw somebody cocoon and almost killed me, right? So is this one for one? Like, I think he's trying to make sure the FBI can't go, wait a minute, your stuff got out there and it was spread this way. And now he has to be like, no, that wasn't me. Like, this is a different thing. So he has to distance himself from that. But to your point, once you are hooked, that's it, or you're going to explode. You know what I'm saying? Like you, so, but how many drugs now side effect is, do not stop taking this drug, or talk to your doctor before you just stop, because that may not be good for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. You're already too far down this path, and it's not going to work out for you. And then they can say side effects, aggressiveness, suicidal thoughts,
super strength,
homicidal thoughts and tendencies, like
excess of
that's what
excessive thirst, like eye bleeding. These are all already side effects of drugs that are already on the market.
Next episode, if they actually put this on the market or is actually for sale next episode, the end credits should just be the drug commercial for it.
Yes.
Like, give me all the side effects and then show people transforming and kayaking and hiking and all types of shit.
You remember the Cialis commercials with the old ass couple in the bathtub just holding each other's hand for no damn reason? And we're like, what does this have to do with anything? But like, that's the whole thing. I bet you before the season, Jamani, to your point, before the season's over, we will see the marketing. He was talking about the marketing campaign. We will see a commercial. We will see a commercial that don't make any kind of sense, and all the things will be listed at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Excessive sweating, homicidal thoughts, all these things, but to be like, do you want to look great? Yes, I do. Make us.
And we recommend PrEP as well in conjunction with this, because it can be an STD.
So making us rethink Ozempic. So I think, well, with Ozempic and a lot of weight loss things, you take it, you get small, but it doesn't change your behavior. It doesn't change who you are on the inside. Like, Jeremy is still who he is on the inside. And once you move the drug, people just start eating again. Like Oprah went up and down because she stopped, and then she became who she was again. And then and that's what happens. And with these drugs, it's like you still got to change on the inside. But the PrEP issue, Jamani, I think I would say a show is really gay when they talk about like PrEP. Like, a real
when
gay
he
person.
said that, I was like, because that actor is actually gay, right? And I've seen him on a lot of different things, but when he said that, like, I was like, oh my God, Ryan, why did you even put this in here? But I mean, it's his reality though, right? I mean, that's what for that's real life, right? Some people do take PrEP to make sure that they, some gay people, they do take it, and so it's very real. That's what I felt.
Yeah. But and also black women, because if you notice the commercials, watch those commercials. It is gay, trans, and black women. I texted you guys that one.
What? I did notice that. I've noticed, and I'm like, I didn't get that part of it. Like, when I see that commercial, I see a black woman with a black man who looks like he was born a man. But then they're saying I took PrEP. Well, I've never taken PrEP a day in my life, and I date black men. So I was like, I've never understood that until you just said that.
But then R. Kelly's playing in the background, and all you hear is keep it on down low.
Right? It just wow. I remember I texted you, and I was like, why is it? It's always gay of all races, trans of all races, and black women. And
yeah,
I'm
like we're fast. Like, in my day, that's what they used to call you, fast.
No, it's a statistical thing.
Yeah,
but why?
It's statistical.
Well, no, statistically, yes, that is true. Statistically, we are higher a minority, but also Latino women. Because actually, in college, I did a paper on like HIV, and it was more so the reason why we get it is because there's a lot of down low men, and bisexual men, and then men coming out of jail, they come home, they sleep with their woman, mostly Latino and black men, and then they pass on the virus to their wife, and then that's what happens. So yeah, that is true. I guess if you look at it that way, that is absolutely the truth. Yeah.
But also to tie it back to the PrEP, it would, I don't know how far they're gonna take it, but to be like, it can be sexually transmitted. Again, with Jeremy, right? Like the assassin's like,
Yeah.
you can't do this, you can't do that. Then that's the next drug. That's the next drug. If you want to have sex on this drug, this is what you can have to make sure you don't transfer it, right? And it'd be like no different than PrEP. It'll still be the same way. Like that could be part of the drug package, and they can make, just like the people who did the painkillers, who are making money off that. Now they're making money off the drug that stops them from getting off painkillers. It's like either way, we gonna get paid. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that would be interesting.
Terrible. I would never take a drug like that. If it's like, my thing is like, okay, like if I'm 450 pounds and I'm 50 something years old and I'm just trying to have the ladies look at me and I take this drug and they're like, yo, you can take this drug, but here's the deal. You got to always make sure you're wearing protection and all this other. I'm gonna be like, no, screw that. Like, what the hell, man? I'm gonna be young and free and everything, like loose and free. Like, it ain't worth it. You tell me I can never kiss a girl either. That means you can tell me I can never kiss, or I got to put on like saran wrap to kiss.
Yeah.
Like, no deal. I'll be ugly my entire life. Well, you know what I mean?
What if your girl is on it too? Then does that cancel out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Touche. But then you probably can never have kids though either. You know, I mean, I wonder if they're
you
talk
gotta,
about that.
kids.
You know.
So that needs to be part of the conversation before the season's over. We need to talk about what happens when two positive people, very gay community like, two positive people get together and they produce a child. Does it transfer that way, right? Because it is bloodborne. That's what happened to Manny. It was bloodborne. It got into his eyes, right? So can you transfer it in that kind of way? And it depends on how much into the science they get into it. We still need Ashton Kutcher's real name. We still need the assassin's real name. Because so far they have not been identified.
And we still need his story. I want to know the assassin's story. Like what made him, what did he look like previously?
Yes.
What made him take this drug, right?
Yeah.
I want to see all of that. So, and I definitely want to see Ashton Kutcher before, you know, because Ashton Kutcher is gorgeous. So I want to see what he looked like before the medicine. So
I feel like if we see the assassin story, the assassin's about to die that episode or the next episode. So I'm like, hold off as much as you can on that.
Should Demi Moore sue her ex-husband for doing this show? Like,
we said that last
time. Like, Ashton, because you motherfucker, like we just did this movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like well, she should, like, I mean, I
think this is better done. In my opinion, for me, this is more, I like this horror. Like the one with Demi Moore was very shocking and very, I would say, vulgar, right? And so I like this. This is a little bit more tempered, right? And it is a lot of blood though. It's tons of blood, but it's still
very FX. I'll say this: it's very FX. It's
like, what was the name of that show that used to come on FX? Oh my gosh,
The Strain.
The Strain. You guys remember The Strain?
Oh yeah. They had a penis falling off into the urinal. I'll never forget that. I think that was like the second episode. It was like the dude was like transforming into like he was losing his hair, and all of a sudden I was like, whoop, the thing dropped. He's like, yeah, I was like, oh, this is FX is on that shit right now.
Yeah, right. They didn't.
But Chris, that was a really good show, but it was so graphic. I was like, what is happening here? It was really good. I forgot about that part though. Yeah, it was really graphic, but it was a good show. And to me, this is that same caliber. This show is that same caliber. So yeah.
I feel so as we wrap up. I feel like this show, and Jemai and I, we talk about this too. This show should have been on a premium channel, like an HBO or Stars, so it could take it to the graphic level as necessary. Like if you're gonna keep on giving us like silly sex scenes, like you need to commit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, this is really about that. Like Substance was raw because you got to see Demi Moore from top to bottom and her doppelganger from top to bottom, and it just kind of drives it home. Like this, I think it would have been better served. Because now they're trying to hide it, like, and it just looks like silly at that point. But FX is definitely committed. Like next to premium, like streaming channels, FX does push the limit. With the like
Alien Earth. I don't know if y'all remember, if y'all watched Alien Earth, but that was another one. I was like, oh wow, like they went there, you know. So, yeah.
I did not.
I didn't see that.
Oh, you would love this. You would love this.
All right, man. I was like, you love Alien. I'm like, I need something different. Like,
it's not. That's what I liked about it. It was not focused on the xenomorph. It was It had a great story. Another recommendation: Alien Earth, y'all. Watch that. That's also on FX. I'm serious. Awesome show. It's great little thriller, but then also just the more story of like, if you're extremely smart and you got billions of dollars and nothing, and what wouldn't you do for technology? And that's really what Alien Earth is all about. You know what I mean? And and would you buy it all, even if there's alien life forms or whatnot? Yeah. So yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. So
thank you, Chris. Well, we got to go and get to Gangs of London, which is also awesome. So thank you guys very, very much. We're gonna move on to Gangs of London, season 3, episodes 1 through 3, and we'll be back next week with The Beauty, episode 5. So we will see you at the movies.
I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching us in the chat.
I enjoyed The View very much. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this. Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You're going to be like, oh, shit.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
But,
oh, shit.
Stacey, do your thing. Fuck that shit.
Anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just going to end this broadcast and say bye.